It looks completely.
Yesterday, Matt called me. He said he saw us on here. How can that be?
Just relax. Just relax.
I don't do that, Chef. I told you. I asked you not to put me on.
I just took out the best parts. People like it. Nobody's seeing it except for just people that know me that are on Facebook. I mean,
I asked you not to do something. What are you doing?
Well, it just was so good. I couldn't pass up because it's a lot of the. Mom, a lot of the stuff on there is stuff that's good for me. I'm trying to put content out, so please relax. I'm trying to survive in this age.
Oh,
and
God.
I'm trying to do something beautiful with this thing. The seniors are the stars now. That's what you don't understand. The people your age, they're what we're doing this whole thing for now is the older people. You are the stars now.
That's worth it. I don't want to be a star. That's why I keep telling you. I was in my nightgown.
But it doesn't matter because the art and your talent is incredible. I mean, I'm just ready to talk about the painting behind me. I don't even want to talk about that.
I want to talk about it, Jeff, because I say so. I don't.
But just you look great. You look the blue jacket looks great. Your home looks great.
Shut up, please, for a minute.
Look at this thing I can do in my head. Watch this.
I want you to hear what I have to say. I don't want everything I say to be on the internet. It
doesn't matter. But it's like it's just we're just talking how we usually talk. I mean, it's nothing big. I mean,
private.
Just enjoy it. I've had some people that have been making comments. I've been getting comments and likes like I haven't ever had before. Just let me enjoy it. My God, why do you have to just ruin everything? I'm just trying to express myself and show my family, show the people that are close to me.
Okay.
I happen to have a mother that's an incredibly talented artist that's been doing it for 30 years. I did a description about you. I'm featuring you the best I could feature you. So you might have some new people look at your art that haven't even. I had a guy on YouTube make a comment, a guy that I thought was a hater. He'd been making so many negative comments. And then all of a sudden he says, nice artwork. He loves the painting behind me. So it's like I made a breakthrough with him. I'm thinking this guy.
It's like my worst nightmare. I'm having a private conversation with my son. I'm in my nightgown.
Just don't. Well,
come on, you said you wouldn't do it when
you never say anything controversial anyway. I mean, it's not like you say anything that would shock anybody.
The last thing you said was you wouldn't do it. And you said, oh, don't worry, I won't do that. And you did it. I can't trust you. I have my rights too. I don't want to be on there like that. I mean, today I got my clothes on and I'm prepared to be seen, but you know, last night I was in my nightgown.
Yeah, you looked good though. You were clean. Your hair looked really good. See the door, the way it looks when I turn this way?
What?
Look how you see the door when I go sideways like this.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite paintings. All those paintings are
now, where is that?
Woodstock.
That's Woodstock.
That's where I have down the street from there. That's where I showed my artwork in the gallery on the green.
So, how far was that? Because you lived in Burlington.
Bridgewater Corners. Bridgewater Corners was the next town over from Woodstock, and when I got the gallery there, I drove over to Woodstock to put my art in the gallery, not in Bridgewater. They're all small. Woodstock is one of the most quaint little towns in New England. Everybody knows where that is.
Why did I say Burlington? Is that close to that area at all?
No, Burlington's the college town that's way up north, almost to Canada. We went up there a lot too. We picked Chad up there when he came on the airport.
Oh, okay. That's why I've heard of that name. But
it's the biggest town. No, Rutland's the biggest town, but Burlington's the college town. It's right on Lake Champlain, near the border of Canada.
But I just love the detail in your paintings. Just that little, the fence, just every little line is a little jagged, not completely straight, you know, just.
Yeah, that's what's funny. Everybody I talk to, they'll look at my art and they'll say, gee, your art's good. I can't even draw a straight line. I always say, I can't either. Am I supposed to be able to draw a straight line?
But that would be so much easier. You take the time to really show the detail. You really appreciate old houses. You appreciate.
I guess it's because I wanted to live in an old house, so I always appreciate them. Well, that yellow on that house is too bright. It's not that bright.
You mean It's brighter than it should be, or?
Yeah, it's prettier, paler, yellow.
Well, it kind of looks like that color of your house that you had in Natchez, kind
That
of.
was a paler yellow too. I don't like real bright acid yellows like that. But anyway, I think Maddie ended up buying that painting, or she ended up getting a print of it off the internet. Maddie liked that one too.
Did you mat it for Maddie?
No, she could do that too. That's what's neat about that site I'm on. They do it for people. They
Oh, okay.
they ask what you want, then they ask you if you want it framed, if you want it just matted, or if you just want the print rolled up in it too. So
Look how. Oh.
if you ever inherit my site, you'll need to know all that.
Oh yeah, I'll be raking in the
Tried to
dough
map that up.
when your
Tried to
site
map up.
someday because maybe it'll take your death to make it take off, because then people will suddenly be fascinated.
Actually, I get quite a few nice little sales on it.
Look, even behind you, I love. What's that painting behind you at your house right there?
Oh, I won an award for that in Natchez. I won $350 third prize for that in Natchez.
Damn. See, and you framed that yourself?
Yeah, I love that frame. Can you really see that way?
Yeah, it's amazing to detail this thing.
I'm seeing me real small. I wish I could see what you say where I could see both.
I don't even want to try to explain to you how to do it, because I know you might lose the screen. But I tried to tell you before, there's a gallery view button up in the right-hand corner. Now, don't touch anything, though, because
I'm just looking for it.
It's different because you're on an iPad, so I don't know what's going on. You don't seem to be able to see it. I've told you before, but I don't know. But as long as you could see me, that's fine.
The only thing I have up there says recording.
Could you show me the view behind you again, because I was seeing out the mountain, out to the...
Okay, I got to figure out. What you're seeing is what I'm seeing. Because some of these cameras, it says they have a back view. Let me turn it down towards the window and see if you can see it.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's great. Turn it around. Okay. Yeah, right on the golf course. For anybody watching now, look at that.
Let's see.
Now that round bush, how often does he have to mess with that, or does he? Does someone else do that?
Yeah, someone has to come trim that. Not often though. We only had it done once.
That takes an experienced trimmer. It's just, you can't just
Dad
do that
can do it now. Dad can do it now because he just got all the trimmers that he needed. He didn't have trimmers before. He could do that easily. Yeah. He hasn't done it yet, but here's that way. Look at how the mountains just surround us.
Yeah. It's just a beautiful setting. I mean, you couldn't hope for any more. It's like you're on vacation every day there.
I know. Except it's weird how nobody's ever out front playing golf now. This is like a morgue around here. It's just.
I would like it that way, because I'd be worried about somebody hitting a golf ball into my window at any time.
I do like it. Plus, you hear voices out there all day. People.
It's a beautiful day there. We had rain last night. Did you have any rain at all?
Yeah, I heard you had some bad weather. We had earthquakes. We had a 4.9 earthquake. Dad and I were leaving in the golf course to ride around a little bit.
Yeah.
And the whole ground shook violently. And we're worried about if we have an earthquake. These palm trees are all around us. We've got all kinds of trees that could fall on us.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all huge. They'd destroy the house if it happened. But I was hoping. I've been seeing like tons of bikers go down these streets. Everybody has a bike out here, and they all just came out when we got on lockdown. You there?
Yeah, I'm just enjoying I can see the blue skies and the white clouds. It's amazing the detail this thing's picking up. It's nice.
Yeah.
The rocks.
See, I can't see that. I can't see what you're seeing.
And all the palm trees and stuff. Now I'm back. Yeah, go back in your house. So,
see, this is
a member of the Vermont Watercolor Society. Are there any other accolades you have that you could share with us?
Can you see that close up, that picture?
Yeah, oh yeah, I like it.
Well, if it's an honor to become a signature member of the society, where you have to be in so many shows. You have to be accepted for these art shows at least 3 times, and sometimes it takes years. Sometimes it takes 10 years because you don't get accepted for all of them. Well, I tried real hard to get my 3rd show before I left Vermont, and I did. So now I'm a signature member, but I haven't paid my dues this year, so I don't know if I'm still. I have been paying dues of $35 a year now for 15 years since I left, and getting nothing for it except to be on their site and say I'm in the Watercolor Society, but it's worth it to me because I always wanted to be in a New England Watercolor Society.
Yeah.
It's an
That's
honor
the
for
dream
me.
of every watercolor artist. Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, today, here's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make masks for us because now we can't go to our grocery store without a
Oh,
mask on.
oh
And we
yeah.
can't,
We might as well just go into Corona talk. This is the news story I woke up to this morning. A McDonald's worker right over here on Crenshaw, which is
oh
literally
no,
just a couple miles from me,
oh no.
tested positive. The workers went on strike today. They're all pissed off. They want 2 weeks of free pay to
Yeah.
stay isolated. They don't want to come in
Oh my
anymore.
God. Oh
And
my God.
this thing's getting close. They said this is the week. These next couple weeks is
Yeah.
when it's gonna.
Our
And
9/11, they keep saying it'll be our 9/11.
oh yeah, I mean, I
Oops.
guess New York. They said the deaths have gone down a little. From like 1,000 to
Yeah,
five or
it's
six
level.
hundred or something. So
Supposedly it's leveling out a little
the
bit.
stock market went way up today because they have positivity, which I don't know where they're getting that. Because I
I
mean,
don't either.
maybe it's going to
Nobody
get
knows.
quick, but who
Nobody
knows
knows
at
what
this
to think.
point?
Nobody knows what to think about anything.
You got to have
Um,
the balls to be invested in the market now. That stuff is shaky. See, I can see that red car that went back,
Dad's right over
passed
there.
by.
Dad just waved to the right. You see Dad riding his
Now,
bike?
can you believe that I'm seeing something like that far back in the background?
Can you see Dad though riding the bike?
No, I don't see him. Now, you're saying he was over
He's
by
going
that
right
car?
by.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see him. I do see him coming around. It's incredible. Man,
he's
here
riding.
I got to say something. These are some of the celebrities that have gotten it or getting or whatever. First of all, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of England,
I know.
in intensive care, and Dr. Drew's worried because he said he's been sick for a long time, and that's a bad sign if you can't shake
Yeah,
it.
well, I heard he went to the hospital, and I knew that was a bad sign.
Did you see how exquisite Queen Elizabeth looked in that video that they
I
did of
know.
her?
Yeah, she did look good, didn't
In
she?
that beautiful, I can't remember the color. It was just a beautiful light green type.
Yeah, she always wears these bright colors. We thought of during the war, she did all those videos during World War II,
Oh
trying
yeah. See,
to pump everybody up.
That's what's scary right now. She's only done that shit 4 times. The first
Yeah,
time was in 1940, right in World War II, when they're about to get bombed.
yeah,
Then during the Gulf War, and also when Princess Diana died. But
yeah,
she don't come out unless it's serious to give a speech.
yeah.
But I mean, they had
And
that looking nice.
I think Prince Charles also got
Oh yeah,
tested positive.
and the Duran Duran dude. I can't remember.
No, Bon, Bon,
No, the
Bono,
good looking bass
Bono.
player.
What is his
I
name?
can't even remember his name.
Oh yeah, the real good
Corona's
looking
causing me to
one.
lose my.
The real good looking one. I know who you mean. He has it?
He had it, and I guess got over it. And Pink had it and got over. Not only Pink,
Yeah, Pink. I saw
but
that.
her daughter, that's like under 10 years old, got it.
Yeah.
For 3 weeks, they were coughing and stuff. Didn't know what they had, and now Pink's all, she's all mad at the government because they were trying to say in the beginning you couldn't get it if you were young.
Yeah, that was so stupid. They shouldn't have jumped on all that stuff. They shouldn't tell people it's evening out either, really. I know people need hope because then it makes people feel confident they don't have to social distance and all that.
Yeah, but I think these celebrities are getting it because they're always around a lot of people because they're stars. They're performing in front of thousands of people. So it looks like if just you increase your odds, the more, whatever profession you have, if you're around a lot of people, that's not a good timing right now. If you have to work, you perform in front of thousands of people all the time and stuff. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking of something.
Oh, Taylor is the last name.
Yeah,
Now, what's
yeah.
his first name? Because you had Andy Taylor, the guitar player.
Oh, yeah, there's 2 Taylors.
And then you had Roger Taylor, the drummer. Now,
Just John Taylor? Is it John Taylor?
Is it John Taylor? I cannot believe I cannot remember it.
I think it might be. It wasn't a flashy
John
name.
Taylor. It's
Yeah,
as
that
easy
sounds
as
right.
that. But
Yeah.
if he had it, that's sad.
Not sad for anybody else, but if he had it,
Well, I mean, just, you
Yeah.
can't believe,
Yeah.
have you ever seen something that's simultaneously affected so many celebrities at once?
Well, it's going to be a lot more reports too. I mean, they're just like everybody else, you know. I mean, a lot of them are giving like millions of dollars to the
But
cause.
I was looking back at this SARS thing in China. You know, it looks like in 2002, they were already having an issue with this SARS. And what I want to say is, when I used to see them wearing the mask, I thought that was because of the smog in China. I didn't know that was because they had some nasty flu that was at a whole new level that we'd never experienced before.
Oh,
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that was way back in 2002. So they're already showing pictures that they've already gone back out in the thousands to go to tourist areas in China and stuff.
Oh, that's
And
stupid.
they're wearing masks. So they're so used to this
Yeah.
life, they just wear masks all the time. And now we have to get used to it. It's going to be like
Yeah.
the new fashion when they do runways with people wearing masks with the outfits. I mean,
I know we were selecting our fabrics this morning that we were going to have on our mask from my dish towels. I don't have any fabric to cut to make the mask, so I'm getting dish towels out and using them.
they
Your
are,
dad
yeah.
can't go
I
to
mean, who
Walmart.
knows? I told you, I'm going to have to start wearing my thing I wore under my Iron Patriot mask, this thing I have. But
What is it? Is it cloth?
yeah, it's just like a cloth thing that was over my head so the mask wouldn't just be right
Does it
mashed
look
on
like
my
a ski
hair.
mask? Does it look like a ski mask?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to that. I don't know. It doesn't look very flattering, but I don't know. I'm not going to
I
put
don't
it
think
on
any of
until I
them
have
do.
to. They're suggesting this week in LA, they're suggesting do not even go out if you don't have to. That not even
Yeah.
try to have your food delivered.
Have you tried that yet?
I'm so scared tomorrow. I got the UPS driver coming with my Flowbee, so I can cut my hair. And I got this gate here, so he can't get in. So I'm concerned. What's he gonna do if he can't get in this gate? So
Well, he call, does he have your phone number? Can he call you?
I'm hoping that's what it'll be. I'm hoping he's gonna call me, because a lot of times those guys will just take it to the main center, and all of a sudden I'm driving over some corona-infested building. Who knows?
What I worry about is in just leaving it there and somebody steals it. You know.
Well, I wouldn't mind. I see him leave it outside people's door, but I don't even know if he can get in my little gated area, because,
Why is it locked?
Yeah, you saw what my thing is. I got to come out and open the gate in front by the street. You can't just walk in my.
Okay, I forgot.
You can't
I've
just
only
walk
been there
in
for
there.
half an hour. I can't remember all the details. So it is weird to think I've only been in your apartment for about an hour at the most.
Look how it looks like the chimney's coming up out of the top of my head.
I know, I was looking at
that red chimney.
He's about ready to blow his top. Oh, no.
Now, was this a real house? Was this a real location that you photographed?
Yes, I told you. I took a picture of it. I painted that from the picture.
Now, for anyone interested, how long does it take to do something this detailed, this beautiful, and this colorful? How long are we looking at?
Everybody asks me that. It's different for every painting I do. If I really know what I'm doing and how I want to make the picture look, it goes that a couple days maybe, painting. The hard work is framing it and all that crap, and taking the picture and getting it ready.
But how many hours would you estimate?
I don't know. I can't. Like I say, it's different with every picture. Sometimes it goes real fast, and sometimes I'll hate it and put it away and finish painting it a year later.
Are we talking about 12 total hours of commitment sitting there?
Yeah, when we lived in Vermont, I was in my little attic upstairs, and Dad worked all day, so that thankfully he was out of the picture all day. I didn't have to get disrupted all day long. So I would just sit up there for 8 hours until he came home and paint.
Oh, so if you're saying if you have a good 8-hour block, you could just knock it out.
Well, not the whole paint. I'll knock out the drawing in the first day and then start doing a little of the painting, then I'll finish painting. Yeah, like I say, it can take days because I'll change things about it, or I'll see things I didn't miss. I have to put it away because I get real, I get bored too, with my own painting. I put it away and not look at it for a while.
Now, when I look behind me now, to the right of me, there's a white. Is that like a shed, like a little shed for like?
It's a little driveway.
But not big enough for a car, just for like a lawnmower or something.
We need them small in those days. You remember that when we had Natchez, you couldn't even get a regular car in there because it was for a horse and buggy.
Now,
Yeah,
and then
sometimes
also,
those are carriage houses, literally carriage houses for carriage.
so
So they're not
that's
big.
this house. This could be like a late 1700s,
Yeah,
1800s
well, that whole
house.
house, well, that house is kind of Victorian looking, so that would have been late 1800s.
So
But a
you're
lot of
saying,
the houses in Woodstock would be 1700s. Our house we lived in was 1792.
so you're saying the original owner possibly had a carriage in that little garage
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah. There's lots of carriage houses. I've painted the carriage houses.
Now,
And
now behind me, behind the yellow house, looks like there's a brown house. Is
probably
that another person's property, or is that something to do with
probably
this?
a barn. Probably a barn.
Oh, a barn. There might be
Lots of
chickens in
barns
there.
around. Oh, I don't know. That doesn't look like the type of house that'd have a barn, but maybe the house next door had a barn that's kind of angled that way.
Now, I also love the porch to the left of me. See that
I had to wave
porch?
to Dad because Dad went by the window.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So, you know that porch on the left side of me that has those neat all the way up from the,
the porch on. Yeah, everybody has porches. It's like Natchez. Everybody has porches. I'm going to see if he goes by again, and you can wait. He's really bored. He's riding through nothing but riding his bike.
show him, turn around and show him on the bike.
He's not on the street anymore. Oh, I told him to get out because we were arguing. He gets real mad and everybody gets mad. And I said, get out.
Oh, it's tough living. Any relationship is difficult because you're going to be redundant and repeat the same stuff and they're going to go crazy.
Yeah.
We can't be fascinating with everything we say, be totally interesting every point we make. You know, we're going.
That we don't fascinate each other anymore, so he gets fascinated by talking to other people on the phone.
Yeah, he's a people person.
People here, we even just to walk around here. People for the first time this morning had masks on just to walk around here.
Oh,
Outside.
God. It's a depressing new look that
anytime you go out in public, they said that for Palm Springs, you have to wear a mask.
But you remember a point I made about thinking it was their smog?
Yes.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, I could even see his famous hat, that faded reddish hat he has.
Yeah, he'll be coming back in a minute because he's on the cul-de-sac. Yeah. Oh, which hat? Oh, he's got that pink hat. He's really partial to this pink hat he bought.
But you didn't answer my question.
I will in a minute. I'm waiting for him to come back. When you saw them
in China wearing those masks years ago, did you think that was because of the smog like me, or did you already know that was because they didn't want to get sick?
Well, we were watching the news, so I'm
talking about way back in the day, though. I'm talking about years ago.
Yes, years ago. Years ago.
I guess I was stupid or something.
Here he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. He said no.
That's good that he can get out and
he can see you on here. Oh, forget it. He's such a grump.
You can't even go in and play pool, can you? You cannot go. I mean, that would be killing me if I was there with you right now. I couldn't even go play a game of billiards.
Well, I can't even.
Hey, when'd you get that?
I can't even go up and get my puzzles or anything.
But when'd you get that jacket you got on now? That kind of turquoise blue.
Just this year, I got it. This is the look out here. You got to be sporty all the time.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice, and I'm wearing another shirt you gave me at Christmas. You recognize the shirt I'm wearing?
Yes, because every time I see you, you have it on. So yeah, I know you like it. You look good in it. I like those glasses too. And it makes me every time I see you, I'm thinking I gotta get him another shirt so I can see him in something else.
Well, when did you? You're talking about in the videos I made, because we've only zoomed a couple times.
Well,
you're acting like you.
The Chicago one, the Chicago thing. You had the Chicago. I think you should put that red jacket. That looks cool. That looks cool for them. You got your leather. You got a lot of cool clothes. I bet you don't even know you have any.
You know what? I think this painting is like something we should look to believe in the Christmas dream, and next December all this will be behind us. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like a scene that shows that life we remember when things were calm. And so
you should have spent Christmas in Vermont. That's like an old-fashioned Christmas. You see people out in carriages, horse and carriages, where old-fashioned clothes, and it's incredible. You should see downtown Woodstock. This is Woodstock. You should see that decorated for Christmas. It's unbelievable. You feel like you've gone back into a Dickens novel or something.
Yeah, I like the Dickens stuff. That's like England.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that just picture the whole street is like that with those kind of houses, and, you know, and in the fall when all the leaves turn color. Oh my God.
Now think if you, because you've told me before that sometimes you make connections with these people, or you're even commissioned to do one of these.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, think if you walked up to this house with this painting and said, "Hey, what do you think of this?"
Well, a lot of those things I put in the gallery, and the people would come in the gallery and recognize it, you know, it's there, something of theirs, and they would buy it. One of the paintings I did of a beautiful old-fashioned rock house in Woodstock, I painted it and put it in the gallery, and my next door neighbor said she met the person who bought it, and the person who bought it to make it. She had a son who had a handicap, and she bought the house and turned it into a something for all these kids to, you know, play in and stuff, and called it a certain name. I can't remember what, but she was so happy when she saw that picture of the house the way it was. So she bought it, and my neighbor just happened to know her and meet her, and she told her that. So that's kind of a neat story.
That is
You
cool.
know, someone was that glad to get that house.
But there are some paintings like this where you never have had contact with whoever owns that, right?
Right. But in Natchez, I was painting houses for people all the time because they were all antebellum homes, you know, that people wanted to have pictures of. Everybody loved their house in Natchez, so if you did a house in Natchez, they wanted it, or they commissioned it. But a lot of I did a lot of houses just for free for my friends, and that would get me other
I like
commissions.
that. I
Yeah.
like the fact that you haven't gone to every house, because it makes you're not too much of a business minded where you just paint it and you're immediately at their door going, for $200 I could.
No. These houses out here bore me though. They're not interesting to paint. They just, you know, they're basically manufactured homes.
So what was that thing you showed me in the last thing? There was something you were working on. I forget. What was that? Wasn't that something around this area?
Yeah, that's my neighbor down the street on the corner. She lives in Palm Beach. I mean,
Oh, did she commission you to do that, you said?
What's the name of that town she lives in? Long Beach. She lives in Long Beach, and she comes over here, you know, during the year.
Oh, okay.
Often. So there's hardly anyone on our block right now.
I got to tell you.
Across the street, these guys across the street from me in the pink house, a couple guys live together, and he is an incredible musician.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he plays every kind of instrument. He used to be a music teacher.
I might have already saw him up at the clubhouse, because there was a guy up there that was playing a stand-up bass.
Yeah, he was sitting there. Yeah,
he was up there a lot of times playing. I was about to start jumping and jamming if I would have been there more times.
Well, they're always having a play here or something. He was practicing. When he came here, this place really lit up, I guess, and they started doing plays because he's got so many talents. But yeah, he was the guy when we first saw him. He was playing tennis down on the tennis court wearing a tutu. You know what a tutu is?
Like Richard Simmons and
ballerina. And he had made a bet with someone that he lost the game, he'd wear a tutu the next time he played. So that's when we first saw him wearing a tutu.
Oh.
But yeah, this is so deserted. I haven't seen anybody go down our street all day long. I can't even see anyone going down the other street. Creepy. We're supposed to get some bad weather here. What you have is moving our way.
I nearly had a breakdown at Trader Joe's yesterday morning. I had to go there, and I only have 2 items. I really just want to get there. I wish I could give it up and just get everything at Ralph's, but there's just 2 items that I love there: the bread and the salad. So it was like, I don't even know. It was at least an hour and a half. We were in the line so long. It was around the building. It went on so long around the other corner. I couldn't even see where it was going.
What's nuts about Trader Joe's?
And I had so much time to think. By the time I got to the front of the line, I just thought I had this idea that And I knew I shouldn't suggest it because I know these employees are so beat down and they probably already thought about every angle already, but I couldn't help it. The guy at the front, I just had to tell him, I said, I think you should form another line for people that are getting 10 or less items like me. And then maybe find a way to separate us to where, but the problem with that whole thing is everyone, when they go in, how are you going to designate between the people that are shopping unlimited and the ones that are only getting 10 or that were let in earlier because they got just 10 or under items?
Plus, you'd have to have someone following everybody around and saying, "You've reached your quota."
Oh yeah, and then, well, I had a stupid idea, but this other lady that came out next to the other employee, I had to tell her too. So my only idea was to give everyone a little paper that they're either unlimited or 10 or under, and you got to present that, and you can only get what your paper. If you have 50 items and you got the 10 or under, too bad, you're not going to get it.
That would make people mad because they get pushed to the back of the line.
I understood the flaw. Once I left, I thought that ain't going to work because we can't do anything with paper because that might have the corona on it or something, So, but and it was too late. But when I got home, I thought maybe if she just went down the line and said, is there anybody that wants 10 or less items, and then just take them in and watch them and get them out in a special checkout lane for 10 items or less. See, that's the thing I've noticed about Trader Joe's. They never had even an aisle for 10 or less. They've never even, where most places will have a 10,
I don't like going in there because it's so crowded you can't even get around usually, especially at Christmas time.
But see, when we were standing in there over that grueling hour time, all standing out there, she even came out at one point because there was like a 30-minute period where I only moved down like 5 people down, just like 25 feet maybe is all I moved in like 30 minutes. It was incredible because it took forever. The seniors had to go through from 8 to 9. So they didn't even start letting us in until 9:10. And then it went excruciatingly slow. And then the lady that was coming back and talking to us, the one that gives speeches to us about staying 6 feet apart. I mean, there's a whole regimen here. They come out and talk to you. I mean, it's like you're in communist Russia or something. But
it's like the extra. We can go to extra work.
The grocery store's got way too much power now. It's incredible. But she even said to us now that the reason it's moving so slow is because some people are really loading up their carts. No shit. We know that's going to happen. And she said she even caught someone FaceTiming on their phone with someone. They were talking on their phone saying, hey, I'm at Trader Joe's. Wookie, look at me. I made it in. She's doing that. So that's when I realized what was happening during that period where nothing was moving. Somebody was just moving down the aisle, putting one item in at a time, maybe looking at the ingredients, maybe comparing, like,
how inconsiderate can you get?
That's what I was trying to say to this lady, and I hope she comprehended that even though my idea about the paper was bad, that was where we got to make a change. The people that are coming in should be encouraged. The people that have 10 or less items, we should get that line bigger and bigger and get people in and out, get it moving. Because the people that are loading up their whole cart with, like they're planning for the end of the world, they're stocking their cupboards so they don't have to leave for a year.
I'm going on my 4th week without toilet paper.
Oh my God, that you just struck on the one positive about that trip is that I got a thing of 12 rolls of toilet paper at Trader Joe's. It was a major score because. And when she came back to give her speech about, and bless her heart, because these people, I was right back where they were loading the stuff in. They had 5 employees bringing stuff in. These people are incredible that they're doing this for us. I mean, I know I don't want to even criticize, but I was trying to help the situation. But But what was I going to say? I can't even remember my point. I just completely lost my point. Oh, she was giving the speech to us about stay 6 feet apart. She's telling us, giving us a little introduction about what to expect. And then she was saying, stay 6 feet apart. And then, but then at the end of this diatribe that made us feel like we were in Great Depression 1929,
We
she
are.
also said, by the way, we do have toilet paper. She said, you can either get 4 rolls that have been provided from this hotel, the Hilton or something, Hyatt or whatever, for $69 a piece, or you can buy a bundle of 12 rolls. So when I got up by the register, I said, what are the options for toilet paper? And I couldn't even believe it because I didn't expect to be scoring at Trader Joe's. And sure enough, she had to walk away from the register to a special area. And she walks back with a thing of 12 rolls. So I'm, and also when I go to Ralph's tomorrow or the next day, the lady right there is supposed to be saving me one. So I might be sitting real good. I'm already sitting good now because I got a whole thing and I'm not even, I still have 5 or 6 rolls left on the last bundle I made.
I heard a funny thing on the internet yesterday. It said it was an ad for a dating ad, I think, and it said, want to meet girl with, let's see, I have toilet paper. I want to meet girl with hand sanitizer, and we will have a really good, we can have some really good, clean fun. I got a whole list of funny things, but I can't remember most.
It's going to get to a point where when you barter with someone, you might, if you like, they say they'll like lend you their car or something, you might offer them 10 toilet rolls or if they have some bottled water, you might say, oh, I don't have any water. I'll give you 5 rolls for a bottle of water or 5 rolls for 10 bottles of water.
What makes me mad is that all day long on TV, they say, just make sure you wear your gloves and your hand, take your hand sanitizer and your mask, which nobody can get. You know, I mean, come on, a pair of gloves?
Yeah. There's so many common problems that aren't being in the news. You know, the news has to talk about the major shit, but it's like down on the ground. That's the whole drama for us is, and I can't believe you can't get your hands on some toilet paper. I mean, I understand in LA, but you're out in an area where it's not, and especially you said all the snowbirds went back to Canada. So why is there still the,
you're right, yeah.
And you don't know where people are coming from in that Coachella Valley to get that toilet paper. They might be coming over from another area. So you don't know.
Yeah, there aren't any cities really close by or any towns really that close. I guess they come from red, yeah.
But see, it doesn't take that long of a line because if you're in a line with 100 people, guess what? The first 50 people, what do you think they're grabbing? They're all grabbing toilet paper if it's there. So
somebody's got to do something.
So 50 bundles, do you know how much space 50 bundles of toilet paper with 12 rolls in each takes up? That takes up a big chunk of space in a grocery store. So
if this doesn't change, we're going to be like some of the old Middle Eastern countries where you can't shake hands with your right hand because that's the hand you use. I don't know.
There might not be any shaking whatsoever. I mean, when those celebrities do those meet and greets or comedians after shows shake hands, take pictures with everyone, I don't know how much that's going to be happening anymore.
Oh yeah, so no.
A lot of them want to get out of it anyway, so to be a perfect excuse, like, oh no, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
Like that drummer of Rush, man, that was a weird thing about him. Neil Peart, he just died recently, but he did not want to interact with the fans. And the way he looked at it was like, you know, the drummer Keith Moon of The Who, he said he was a hero of his, but he never would have dreamed of trying to approach him or talk to him. He wouldn't have done that or bothered him. So he felt he wanted the fans to be that way with him.
Yeah, I know.
But Geddy Lee made up for it, though. The lead singer made up for it because he loved interacting with the fans and the meet and greets and so.
Yeah. I don't know. I would definitely be more like the other guy. Very famous. Well,
so you after this is when you go into dinner mode. Are you cooking a meal every night now for Bubba?
Yes.
Every single night.
I don't, at noon and dinner, and sometimes breakfast.
Because he used to get away with going to Arby's to pick something up or going to get some pizza.
Yeah,
now he's got the excuse that he can't do that.
I would eat any kind of junk food, just not have to cook.
He can't go get a pizza with, you know, pepperoni and Corona on it, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of drive-ups that are still functioning, but like you
But
said, you
I never, I don't know. When this when this stuff erupted, I kind of gave up on going to the drive-thrus, and I still saw people lined up. I mean, I'm sure over at Chick-fil-A or over at In-N-Out Burger, there's probably a line going down the block. But I wouldn't mind an In-N-Out Burger, but I can't imagine sitting in line for an hour or 30 minutes.
You just did
wait for that. When we're at the point we are right now, and they're saying don't even go anywhere. I mean, when you pull up that drive-through.
Are you going out once a week to get groceries?
The only time I'm going out now is to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, us too. We have to get gas, I guess. It must seem so weird to be able to get around so easy and get gas easily and all that in LA. That's like a surreal movie. It's got to be a surreal, you know.
But you know, we're doing this to try to save lives. And it really is amazing that everybody's on the same page basically with this, because it's hurting everybody really bad. You know.
They're saying people were still going to the beaches in LA for a while.
Man.
They just closed those.
And there's still people, still going to church because the churchgoers, they're thinking this is apocalyptic times, like they wrote about in Revelation. They're needing church more than ever. They're like, we need to go join in hand and pray. Maybe we could pray out of this. I mean,
we'll see if that works.
But if you're the pastor involved with this, you're gonna get arrested. I mean,
they should quarantine them all in the church, lock the door. So, I don't know what to think about it. You gotta have hope.
Bob Shelton never would have done that. Bob Shelton was a smart man. He never would have.
Yeah, no.
I mean, he would have just encouraged everybody to read and pray at home, but he wouldn't have been saying, come out to Lake Park Church and let's act like let's do softball and do
fire and brimstone
afterward church and all that.
I saw that preacher preaching. He's like fire and brimstone preaching up there, yelling at the altar.
I mean,
I wasn't trying to get you to come in. I was just trying to. Jeff was watching you ride your bike. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after this, you have to commence right into cooking.
What time
mode.
Is it? What time is it? Oh, it's 4.
Like, what are you planning on cooking tonight?
Well, we bought a cute little grill not too long ago. So we're grilling some hamburger and baked beans and French fries.
Nice.
Yeah.
What kind of fries? The fat kind of you talking about those kind of potato fries, the fat ones?
Yeah, steak fries. Yeah.
Oh, I love those steak fries. I had a point in Hollywood where I was getting a bag of those at Ralph's every week for a long time. I mean,
I know they're good.
I mean, they're tasty.
I
like the fry when it's hot and you dip it in the cold ketchup. You like that combination?
Yeah, so you did like that too. Yeah.
So you cook that.
Chili and what?
And then he does the dishes. And then
he
I noticed.
He picks out everything we eat because he just picks out what he can get because there's still so much stuff he can't get. So I send him a list and say, get this if you can. If you can't, get something else. He's grocery shopped so much lately that he knows what to get at the store now pretty much for most of the dishes I fix. We kind of fix the same things over and over. We have lots of chicken stuff and I make chicken and noodles and chicken fingers and things like that. Lots of sometimes we like to get those roast chickens. Do you ever get those roast chickens at the grocery store? Those rotisserie roast chicken?
Oh, I have done that before.
So good. You make sandwiches with them and casseroles with them. I have this dressing casserole I should make sometime when you come over. It has dressing on top that gets real crispy of pieces of chicken and cream sauce underneath. It's really good. You probably would really like it.
I like all your meals. I never have a problem. Now, what kind of desserts are flowing in your refrigerator? You got any cakes, pies?
I haven't been baking too much. I've been. I bet you like these things I get for breakfast. They're called Belvita. You ever see that in the store? Belvita breakfast bar.
How do you spell that?
Belvita. And you think it would be in the cereal aisle, but it's in the cookie aisle. And they come in these squarish kind of boxes. Well, I'll show you. I have a breakfast in one because it's low calorie, it's very high nutrition, very high energy, and that's all I need. I just have that with my coffee. I don't have to make
Does
it.
Bubba eat those too?
Oh no, I
Because it'd be dangerous.
you didn't eat anything is healthy.
But I'm like, oh yeah, Belvita. I thought you said Velveeta at first. Belvita.
That's the thing I'm saying, Velveeta.
They
Yeah,
look
and
good.
they come in these bars, and they have chocolate chips in them and oatmeal, and all kinds of other good nutrition. But I like it because I can just get up, fix my coffee, and I've got breakfast. I don't have to make anything. Now your daddy's got to have waffles, cereal, everything.
Yeah. If you bake a cake for Bubba now, it would be dangerous because I bet with this corona stress, he could put down a cake in one day and night.
I forbid. I told him I was making him anymore cakes. He wastes half of them every time I make it. He gets tired of them halfway through. And I don't like baking to do that.
Man, I wish I was there to polish off that other half. Now,
well,
pies, he doesn't do that with pies. He'll eat a whole pie, won't he?
Yeah, yeah. Well, he's trying to cut down on sweets. He went to the doctor this week and got a CAT scan because his stomach digestion his digestion is not good. So he's trying to find out what that's all about.
Did he find out what's wrong with his the urinary situation? Like
that's what he's trying to find out. Yeah, I went to a CAT scan. I told him I wish he hadn't gone to that because he went and sat in an office full of old people.
Oh man.
Faces.
There's just no way to. There's no way to avoid it. I mean, they say trips to the grocery store are dangerous. I mean.
Yeah, well, I know he's been trying to get this appointment forever. He's been waiting months.
Yeah.
Stomach bothered him, so he just went ahead and went.
And I even heard
I'm looking at it this way. We're not challenged, you know. They say it doesn't affect Parkinson's people any differently than anybody else.
So you wouldn't go as far to say that you or Bubba have underlying health conditions whatsoever. Even
it always does, some reason or other.
Yeah, because they said even with sleep apnea that could put people in danger.
He has an immune system problem, and that's then he's the one I feel sorry for because he has to carry around nitroglycerin all the time. If he starts to feel, he has to take a not talking well again, nitroglycerin tablet. And so he's very much compromised. He's had heart attacks, bad heart attacks. So I worry about him. But yeah.
Do you remember? Wait, can I ask you something? Do you remember in older times? Was it kind of normal if kids had the flu or something to keep them away from older people? I mean, that's something we've always kind of thought.
Yeah,
But
right.
not to where they were.
You keep away from everybody if you have the flu.
But I'm just saying though, like if you went back a year ago and we just did a normal news report about the people that were dying of the normal flu a year ago, would we have been astonished by the numbers, but we don't ever notice that because we just.
Well, we're used to having flus kill people every year. It's a normal thing we've gotten used to. But
it's not in the news because it was just normal. But this is, this stuff's just so much more contagious. It's just.
They keep finding more stuff out. That's yesterday. They said they've also found out now that you can get pink eye. You know what pink eye is?
Oh God! I thought that was for like feces. You mean if you have pink eye, you could get corona? Right?
Called conjunctivitis too, because I had it. Remember when my eyes got real sore when we were at Bernie's cabin in Colorado that time when you guys were real little? You burned your hand on the stove.
Yeah.
I had it there.
Yeah.
I had to go into the city of Colorado. Where did I have to go? I had to go into a city to get some doctor to treat me for it. It was terrible. If you have that, your eyes get
I think I had that one time. It went away. No, I didn't have pink eye. I did not have that. I'm talking about.
It's kind of an old term for it. They call it conjunctivitis. I had it when I was a baby. I can remember having it and laying in my crib with the pink eye. I could not open my eye. In my crib, I can remember that.
Didn't I tell you that time when I worked on Iron Man 2, that extremely long day of 14 hours where I got to see Robert Downey work and stuff?
Yeah.
There was a guy on my row that his eye was just getting red and sweltering up, and then I found out later that he had pink eye. That's what was, and he didn't want to leave because he was trying to get paid for the day. He didn't want to leave early. He wanted to get all that overtime we were getting.
Yeah, you get all crusty. Your eye gets all crusty.
It was terrible, and I remember it was, and it's scary to think we were on the same row with him because I can't believe I didn't get it too. You know.
Yeah. I guess about this corona, I just keep thinking most people are recovering. You know, if you, a lot of people, it takes so long to get the test results back. Like I say, a lot of people would be dead before they even get their test back.
Yeah.
If you have it, I don't understand. I don't know. They seem to find out something new every single day.
Well, do you see those checkpoints where they're sticking like a thermometer they say they got to go way back in the back of their throat.
Yeah, I mean, up in your nose. They have to stick this swab up into your nose.
You got to get intimate. These poor, I mean, on the front line, the doctors and nurses on the front line, they must just be so overworked already, and we're just getting into this. I mean, I saw one of my friends on Facebook, Armando. Looks like he's working at a hospital now. He's right on the front lines.
He does everything. That boat they brought into New York City, they're saying now that they can put corona patients on it because they're just so overloaded in the hospital that they can't make it much longer. Can you imagine how tired they are? They're working round the clock. You know.
Dr. Drew said he's ready to go if they need him in, I think, New York or. I mean, you're going into a battle zone.
He's just now saying that. I thought he would have been involved a long time ago.
He feels, Dr. Drew is just feeling so guilty though. I mean, I saw him on a show today. It's just, because him and Adam Carolla, there was so many people that were saying even a month or so ago, saying to put the brakes on this thing, we're overreacting. And it just caught everyone off guard, when the country was trying to close the flights from China and people were crying racism like before when we were blocking things. So it's like, this was just so new. We weren't ready for something this different, I mean, I just can't believe China's going back to normal business so quick. Shouldn't they be chilling a little bit? I mean, do you really need to gather in thousands already? I mean,
and it's a proven fact. It's already happened over there that people have gotten it again.
Or in South Korea, I think I heard that again or something.
Who knows if they ever really get rid of it though,
Has anybody even?
Could it be our normal supplies that we always have on hand the rest of our life, our face masks, gloves, we're going to have this big shed full of it or something. We're supposed to be preparing all the time here for emergency preparedness for earthquakes. Everybody's supposed to have a kit out here full of stuff, and I just look at all the stuff you're supposed to have, and it's so overwhelming.
Hey, how long was
gallons of water?
How long were things shaking when you had that earthquake last night or whatever, the night before?
It's very fast, but there is no doubt you're having one when you have one. Yeah, I mean, it's scary because the rumble comes up from underneath you.
I know. You're acting like I haven't been in LA for 10 years. I know. Believe me, we had one here when I was here at Baldwin Hills. I was starting to put my shoes on to leave the apartment. I thought this thing's about to fall. That's how long it shook on this earthquake.
I think about when I go to sleep, I make sure I have a robe handy and a pair of shoes I can slip on easily.
But you're saying this last one was like 10, 15 seconds longer?
This is how stupid I am. This is how I try to think of the outfit I want to be in for the next month, maybe.
I never go that far.
Try to memorize. No, I don't get it out, but I try to think of now what would be the best thing if I would, best shoes to wear that are comfortable. That's the way you should think, I guess. I mean, what happens if you're in the shower? I was afraid to take a shower the other night because all the earthquake hit about between 7 and 9. And
man, you
kept having aftershock.
It must be terrible having an earthquake when you're already having that corona stress and anxiety. I mean, it's like
people who had tornadoes take their town down with the coronavirus going on.
Oh man, can you imagine losing electricity or water at this point?
I don't know. No. I get up and I watch the news in the morning and I turn it off for the day. And then I turn it on at night to see what's happening, if anything new is happening. I can't stand anything longer than that. I get stomach aches. I get so upset when I see some of this
Now,
stuff.
this is another question. Think about this question. You know, say this goes away in a couple months and we have a decent summer and then we go into fall. They were saying it could come back as another seasonal flu every year.
Yeah, I
So,
heard that too.
but listen, so if it comes back every year as a seasonal flu, what if you're an artist like Pink or John Taylor and you got some concerts lined up around November with a few thousand? Are you going to be kind of nervous next year come this time when you're like, we're getting into the season and you're going to go out and be around 1,000 people and perform to them, you know? I don't know. I mean, maybe things will go right back to normal, but that's
going to be a long
a
time.
new thing to consider as we move forward. Because does this thing ever really go away? Does it ever really? I mean, maybe we should alter the way we live so we don't have to be in shock the next time. We might have to make some changes as a society permanently just to kind of be ready for this new world.
Hope everybody will remember it and live accordingly, you know. It just makes me mad all this hoarding and you know, they keep saying there is enough food. There is enough food. Just buy for 1 week. People go in and
well, I told you
for some people 1 week, yeah.
We're saying that toilet paper is going to be the new currency. So there's probably already people that are business minded that get at these places. They know where the toilet paper is available right when it opens. They are going probably to stock up and use this for something in the future that's valuable.
Well, you know, probably
it's going to be valuable.
Probably what they do is they just, when the older people come in the morning, they just put so much on the shelf and they reserve a whole bunch in the back for the rest of the day.
Yeah. But you do agree that there's probably the other people that maybe are getting it to sell and stuff already.
Oh, yeah, probably.
They might be putting on eBay, on the internet, who knows, on Amazon, who knows. I mean, some of those people get caught though, because I saw a dude that had a whole garage of that sanitizer stuff and they caught him. And then he had to give it to charity.
Yeah, I heard that. Do they have the thing where they're going to fine you $1,000 there?
Oh yeah, they're starting to go after businesses that refuse to close. And
I'm talking about just an individual that you're not following social distancing. Everybody has a different idea too of what 6 feet is. I've noticed. Some people, you know, you can see they're not 6 feet apart, but they think they are. So.
I told you a week ago, I had a scary moment at Ralph's. There was an older black gentleman with like scabs on his forehead, and this guy was not in good shape. He didn't look right mentally or physically. He got behind me in line, so I was right next to him for like, it seemed like an hour, and he was even coughing at the end when we were almost about to get in. He started coughing. And I had to kind of move to the side.
You couldn't get out of line, right?
I was trying to keep my spot in line, but you talk about being scared when someone breaks out the cough. It's like it's like a grenade got
That's
launched.
What happened to me today.
Like everybody jump. I mean,
that happened to me while I was walking by a lady in produce, and she turns around and gets this big juicy cough, and I was within inches of her. That was a couple weeks ago.
Well, they say this thing is a dry cough. So it's different than I don't know if I've really ever had a dry cough. All the coughs I've ever had in my life were because I had the bronchitis in my chest, you know, that's kind of sometimes a gross wet cough because you're coughing stuff up.
If it's a dry cough, how come they're talking about the droplets all the time that are floating in the air?
Yeah. I guess I don't know.
I think it just feels dry in your chest.
But see, and I heard this.
When it's a loose cough, you can feel you hear the looseness of the cough in your chest. You can hear it. I don't know. I remember that from when you guys were little.
But somebody asked a question on Dr. Drew's show today about if this stuff is airborne, even if you're 6 feet behind someone going in the grocery store, if you're walking right behind them, and they let loose the particles in the air, aren't you just going to walk right into that when you're walking behind them? Even though you were 6 feet behind, you're in their cloud within a second.
There's so many scenarios where there's so many scenarios. You can't even think of them all, possibly.
This has been a confusing enemy for our country. We're not used to it. We're trying to figure out. I mean, I'm sure we'll get this down to where a year from now, we'll all know what to do.
Or they'll find a cure. Hopefully, I mean, eventually they'll find a cure.
I mean, China is evidently, they've found a way to live with this, and it doesn't really rock their world that much. So I'm sure we're going to be like them in the future. We'll be used to seeing the masks. We'll be used to doing all the stuff. We'll know at certain times a year that we don't go out, the big crowds maybe, you know, we'll probably.
I grew up when they had the polio outbreak in the 50s. I remember my mother, when the doctor was telling her I should go to the hospital and be tested, he thought I had it. But I don't remember much about it. I just remember mother was real worried. That was a horrible thing, that polio outbreak. They're putting people in iron lungs. Yeah.
Somebody was talking about in like 1666 or 1669, there was a bubonic plague in England. There was 1,000 people dying a day.
Yeah, laying in the streets. And they just piled them up on carts and took them for mass graves. That sounded about as bad in New York, putting them in meat trucks. And
so remember I told you China's.
Probably people laying in hallways in the hospital, just laying in the hallway, waiting to get in. Yeah.
I mean, in China, you know how I told you I already saw pictures, they're back to business there. Did they already have the markets open again where they're selling all the crazy food and sometimes, I mean, hopefully they're making that cleaner. And I mean, I don't know who was completely responsible, because I think they're trying to turn it and spin it that it was our fault. But
I think they, like in China, and especially Italy and the European countries, they buy a lot of their food, you know, by day at outdoor markets, you know, fresh food. So I think that's why it spread so fast in those countries, you know, because people are just out every day buying food, person to person, you know.
Haven't they identified a market, though, that was in Wuhan where somebody was next to something that was some bad meat or something? And then I can't remember. I think I read something that originated at that. They think that's where they found the first case originating from.
I think I haven't heard much about that, about China, about how it started. But it is unfortunate Trump had to label it the Chinese virus.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to put the blame on anybody, but it's a shame. There should be a world court to maybe find who's responsible, because if there is somebody, they need to pay some money back. But I guess it would be impossible to find that out.
They need to find that out just so they know how it happened, so we know in the future how it happened.
But what if they did find that was from China and they were maybe not being very responsible for it? Do you think they should be liable?
I think they probably were, because they've already had the SARS and.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
But they know when they have to pay attention. They know what that's like, you know. But they didn't know how contagious this one was. They didn't know.
Fauci was already talking about this back in 2017. What do you think of Fauci, that guy, the older gentleman in the glasses that's always at the press conferences? I mean,
I think it's a riot. It's not a riot, but we watch him all day long. The president comes out with his entourage behind him, Pence and Fauci and the woman, I can't think of her name. And president gets up there and spouts all this ridiculous stuff, like he's just rambling on about whatever comes to his head. And then he'll say, everything's fine, everything's getting better, oh, you know, we have so much hope. And then Fauci will come up and basically, in a nice way, will contradict everything he said. And so everybody's so confused.
Yeah, but don't you always see the challenge of life as balance? Because there's just it's just, even with the Republicans and Democrats, it's like this balance that's gone on since the beginning of our government. Because you got the Republicans, listen, Republicans want less government, the Democrats want more. You know, it's kind of, and right now, we got to have a balance with the medical professionals, because all the people that want the economy to come back, they realize how damaging that is. So you got to find a balance between those two worlds, because the medical people have been given some statistics through the last month that some of them were off. They went overboard. And we're seeing that it maybe isn't as high as what they were predicting on some of these things. So, you know, nobody wants to go for balance, because balance is hard. It's complex. Everybody wants to just pick one side, like, oh, it's always this person's fault, or it's always this person's fault. But what I'm trying to say is it's a balance, and it's not easy to find that middle ground.
I believe in that till this creature came along that we have for president. I do believe in that, but you can't do it with him.
And he represents the Republican Party, which has always kind of believed in less government, which is, it's bad if we go too far that way, but then the Democrats want a lot of government, and we got to find, we can't go too far that way.
I know all that. But I think it's pretty strange that when you look on the map and they show all the states that are complying with social.
Iowa has not.
I know, other Republican states. Yeah. They're all Republican states that aren't complying. So
I got to know what.
They all have the same gene pool or something.
Now listen. Now, if you talk to Doug right now, I would be, because Doug lives in Des Moines, I would be interested to know what his take on them not closing down things yet. If he would be in favor of that because they don't have many cases, or if he would think it's stupid because they should be, you know, social distancing, because they're saying that might be why we're doing better in California. But I don't know. In some of those states that are way out in the middle, maybe they don't need to, but I don't know. I would probably err on caution, though. I think they need to be cautious, because even if you're way out in Montana, I think you need to be staying home, you know. Just
the doctors are saying it's going to come to you. You think it's not? You're that stupid?
It just takes one plane trip, because they're not making it. I mean, could you fly from LA to Des Moines right now if you wanted to?
I don't know that. But people are getting in their cars and going.
That's interesting to think about.
Like, I mean, everybody thinks that they can be the exception because they're going to be real careful. Like, I ran into this lady this morning out walking, and she said, I'm probably breaking the rules because I had my grandkids over for lunch this week. And I was thinking, haven't they been saying that don't have anybody come to your house unless it's the person who lives there with you or the people who live with you? So she thinks, you know, they're her relation, and she thinks that.
Isn't it weird how our perspective has changed so much that, like, now, even when I see 5 people getting together or something like that, it's like, it looks like insanity. It's like those people are insane.
I hate that. I hate that.
But it's weird how
the street 2 nights ago, and the lady across the street was entertaining a bunch of people on a patio and having a barbecue.
It's almost like in the old days, if you saw someone playing with fire or doing something dangerous with anything that could, you look at like, oh my God, I can't believe. Now it's like if you just see even 2 or 3 people getting close together.
Now it's kind of like Hitler's Germany. I heard someone say, report them, you're doing your duty as a.
But what I'm saying is, it's like almost when you look at the whole state of Iowa, it almost looks like the governor and everybody is insane. Like, they don't want to accept this new world we live in. They're still, you know, holding on to, like, no, we don't want to let go.
Actually, he's either a representative or a senator, I can't remember. He was that when we was in Des Moines 50 years ago. He seems to never go away. He's a Republican.
But I'm sure when this is all over, I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to brag and say, oh, I never did any of that. We still got together. Because there are people that probably are going to be able to get away with it.
Oh, they show these pictures of these kids posing on the beach with their beer cans and making stupid faces. Half of them were fat.
I can't imagine. See, when you start drinking and partying when you're young, and then you don't sleep, and you get weak, and you get sick, this is a bad time to be doing that kind of stuff. Oh man. Remember how sick I was when Robbie took me to Padre Island? I was had the flu. I was in my apartment. It was like 1980 in the 80s when I lived with Briar Tree. And I was sick as a dog, and he somehow convinced me to go to Padre. And I can't imagine if I would have done that now, I would have for sure got corona. I mean, because I was so sick, I had the chills and fever that whole.
I feel so bad about that, because I was upstairs sleeping. I didn't want to disturb you guys. I could have come down and saved you. And you were still sick when you got back. I had to come up to Des Moines to take you to the doctor.
Yeah, because
Dallas. I'm in Dallas.
Yeah, I stopped in Round Rock. Yeah, I can't believe I made it through that trip. I even stopped to see you, and I should have known I got to go back or I got to stay with you. I can't, but I continued on because the peer pressure is so strong when you're with your friends from high school. It's like, we're going to Padre. We don't care if it kills us. And it nearly did kill me.
I probably would have got you off if I'd come down.
It's amazing, though, because in the daytime, I didn't feel that bad. It was just at night, the chills would come back again. And then I couldn't shake it, you know. But
some spooky chills. Yeah.
Yeah. So after, I noticed you, after dinner and Bubba does the dishes, do you immediately just take a shower and go to bed, or do you stay up and watch movies or something?
I like to watch a movie between 8 and 10 every night. I'll find something to watch every night between HBO and Showtime. Well, you left me so many SAG movies. I can't believe it. I still haven't. I mean, I could watch those over for a long time too.
Oh yeah, I amassed from being in the union with SAG-AFTRA, I amassed a pretty large collection of DVDs.
I didn't have room for them anymore.
It was a shame, you know, I went on inactive this year. It's a shame I didn't get them this year because I still haven't even seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I was in that restaurant scene sitting behind Robert De Niro.
Well, you'll see it next year.
Al Pacino and I even, that was that scene I saw Leonardo DiCaprio walk in when I was in that restaurant in downtown LA. He just walked in when we were just about to shoot the thing. And that was one of those hardcore days I worked on where they take your cell phone.
Oh, yeah.
They know there's sneaky people like me might be trying to get a photo or something, but we had to give our cell phone in, and then when we had a break, they let us have it back. And even when they let us back, they wouldn't let us stray from where right there in the trailer, because they knew someone like me would sneak around and do a video or something. We're going to let any of that happen.
I'll have to ask Johnson's about, because they were wanting to see that last time I saw them, and we were all out there at that time. And
I'm sure they found a way to eliminate me where you can't see me. I'm just, if I see it, I'll be thankful if you can even just find like a dot of, because I was right by that. They were doing that thing for the dessert with the flames going up in the air and stuff, you know.
I remember that when I see it. You were at the flaming scene, But
I mean, I'm sure that flame has to be in it, and I was real close to it because Quentin was real proud of himself on that. He kept getting that chef to get the flame higher. So I know, you know.
Nothing worse than food scenes. I remember that when I was in still photography, trying to get the food right, you know.
Oh, God, they're so detailed. And I told you, the girl that was sitting next to me, this flame was so close to us, she felt nervous, and they had to move our table a little over.
I know. So
she might have caused me to get out of the scene because she was scared about the flame. She wanted to get it farther, so that might have pushed me out of the.
Well, I did a scene once in Dallas. When we first got to Dallas and started the store, the advertising lady wanted me to come over to that steakhouse, that Japanese steakhouse, where they do the flame stuff on the grill, you know, where they.
Oh, Benihana's.
Yeah, so we stayed there for 4 hours shooting that same. He kept making that food. We finally did get to eat it at the end, and then I wasn't even in the ad. She put me with some older guy who was my partner, and people that ended up in the ad with the other two. And I thought, I can see why we didn't look like we went together. But that was my first.
I think that dessert was called like Cherry Jubilee or something. You ever heard of stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to
ice cream or something.
I'm trying to think of that name myself. What they call those flaming dishes.
And also the racing film, the Ford versus Ferrari. I haven't even seen that. I was in that.
Oh, really? Gosh, maybe.
But I'm sure that, who knows if you're going to be able to see me. That was one of the most painful shoots. That was 3 days out at the racetrack in Fontana in the sun in the daytime, long hours in the night where we were about to pass out just because you're so.
Fontana. Never been there. Yeah, I couldn't do that. Geez. Your face looks real red. Is it? Did you get a sunburn or something?
Well, it's just the way the lighting is. I mean, I guess it's just, I don't know. If in certain lighting, my skin looks more tan than it does in other lighting, you know. Because if you get, like, if you put really bright light on me, my face would be, like, look at me go up here. Look, watch.
Oh, yeah.
See, you can see I'm not burned. I'm just white. I'm just,
Yeah.
that's pretty funny. So you're saying I actually look like sunburn right here?
Yeah. But you're backlit is what it is. You're backlit.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know if the whole time I want to be this lit. I mean,
No,
sometimes
I don't.
it
It's not
seems
good
like
to be lit
sometimes
too
it
lit.
makes my skin look better if it's
You don't
softer
ever want
lighting.
the light shining straight on your face.
Yeah.
You
It's just
a
like
little
being
side,
right in the sunlight.
need a little side angle somehow. A little kind of off to 3/4.
Me and you are probably, I was thinking, me and you are probably the only two people left on the planet that don't have Netflix. I used to have it, but I don't have it anymore. But
I
I mean,
don't need it.
I could afford it easily, but I just took a break from it, I guess.
I was talking to a friend the other day, said she was real bored with it. Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, nobody can put out enough content for what we're dealing with here. I mean, even when this is done, there'll be nothing left. Everybody's gonna be sick of everything. I mean, there's gonna be nothing left. Everybody's gonna have seen every movie, listened to every podcast, talked about every angle of philosophy and politics. And
yeah. Oh, geez. I watched a movie last night I watched a movie called Blue Valentine last night with Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams. It was pretty depressing. Some movies just depress you.
I've been watching these free movies I found on YouTube. I got into a movie last night that brought me back in because I had not watched films in a long time. I just got out. I was watching podcasts all the time, and there was a movie I saw. I can't even remember what the name is, but there's a thing on YouTube I noticed now. There's a button you can hit to see your history where you can go back and pick up on stuff you watched, because sometimes I'll forget, what I watched. But if a movie's decent, it doesn't even have to be that perfect. If it just helps me, if I can just suspend my disbelief and watch it for an hour and a half, there's a different feeling you get from watching a film you don't get from any other experience. So it's something I'm glad I think all this downtime is going to give me more time to get back into just watching films. And
I hate to criticize actors and actresses because they entertain me so much. I appreciate them. I appreciate the work that goes into making movies and the artistry.
But the ones I really, since I've been making these videos, I did this series where I showed the story of Kill Tony and all my appearances in the beginning. I have a lot more appreciation for the people that have to do it all. The people that, write it, direct it, produce it, and then also act in it. That's the ultimate respect, because I would, after that experience of doing everything, I would love to just have everyone else do all that work and I just sit down and say the lines. That would be easy. I mean, I'm not saying it's easy. Those guys, when I was on the set of Parks and Recreation, I think the thing that had impressed me the most is the amount of memorization they had to do every day. They just have to memorize new lines. But I mean, when you're around Amy Poehler, you could tell she's been doing it a long time and you just get good at it.
You have to memorize them and then do it with feeling, with the right kind of feeling and expression and everything.
But what I'm saying is, when you don't have to worry anything about the lighting and the filming, because that's another thing we're noticing now when I saw this comedy thing on Saturday night with all the famous comedians coming on to talk, they're not getting that flattering lighting anymore. We're just seeing them at home with no makeup looking like they do normally. It's not as impressive anymore. This new world we're in,
what I notice is
they're looking more like us,
What I've noticed is the women tend to put too much makeup on that because they don't know how they look, like they've done.
Well, it's the lighting too. Lighting is so crucial, and I don't think, I mean, in the future they're probably going to be getting extensive lighting sets up in their living room. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel probably already has it lighted like a TV show in his living room or wherever he's filming.
They'll have a whole room set aside for when they have to film at home. Probably they don't anyway.
But are you noticing, because I don't have cable TV, I'm just watching the internet. Have you noticed on TV that you're just seeing people Zoom like we are on screen?
I don't know. They were talking about on the news again last night, saying don't go on Zoom. They forbid schools to use Zoom now because it's people. How do they do that?
Well, the only time I got hacked into was when I was going on Twitter and putting a link on Twitter.
Did you take it off?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, of course I took it off. But these things, when we're just in a private thing, I don't think anything's going to happen. I don't think we have to worry about it getting hacked
You have
into.
to push share. I thought you had to push share if you wanted to. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. There's all kinds of,
I tell people not to go on it, and so I don't know. And here, that just when you tell me to go on it, it comes on a newsstand. Don't use Zoom.
They're getting some kicks. They sent me an email that they did some more security measures. They're getting it figured out. But I mean, think how overwhelmed they've been, because they didn't know 2 months ago they were going to be the biggest thing on the planet. They were just another thing along Skype, and I'm sure they were already doing great. But I mean, this took it to a whole nother level. I mean,
yeah, good timing.
I mean, that's the whole thing. When you're an entrepreneur, you sometimes get lucky. You happen to be the hot thing because of certain circumstances and a chain of events. You're suddenly the hot app,
I know.
And
I'm gonna do something real quick. Yeah. Oh. I have to start thinking about dinner. I had to get the hamburger.
Yeah, whenever you need to go, just tell me, because we've already had enough fun. I mean, it's If you if you're going into the end thing, maybe you take us around and show us the outside again because I miss before you go. If you want to show me out the golf course again, or you said you could walk outside and show me some stuff.
Do that. I'll do that the next time. Okay.
You told me last time you were going to walk outside.
Jeffrey, don't.
Said if I call in the daytime, you would walk outside.
Fine, I changed my mind. I gotta cook. I got a bunch of stuff.
It looks like a nice day. What's the problem?
Well, what are you going to see that you can't see now?
Not just to be fun. Walk outside just real quick.
Oh God.
It's not going to be that hard. Just walk out just real quick, then walk back in.
You just don't let people.
Your living room.
You just don't let people off when you want something.
I'm just holding you to I want you to follow through what you said last time.
You'll
be glad. Just walk out real quick. You could use some fresh air.
Oh,
yeah, tell me what the temperature is out there when you get out there.
I'm going to do this, then I'm going to go.
Yeah, that's fine. That's why I'm telling you to do it, because I know you're about to go. Okay, now it looks cloudy. Earlier on, it was blue skies. Is it already got overcast?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a cool thing, though.
I told you it was coming here. I wish the pelicans were out.
Oh,
I wish the pelicans, yeah.
Yeah, can you go over by the water where the ducks usually are? Aren't there some ducks or something over there? Good thing this thing can't cross between animal to human. I think when I read about that first thing from China, I think in the first transmission, it was from animal to human. And then it went from human to human.
Look at that scene up there.
Oh man, yeah, with the mixture of the blue. Yeah, I can hear the wind. What does it feel like now? What does the temperature feel like?
See the palm trees blowing? Yeah.
What does it feel like? Is it cold? Is it 60s degrees, 50s?
It's really getting cool.
Like, would you say 50s, 60s, what, low?
6.
What'd you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What'd you say, 60s?
Can you hear me?
Low 60s? I can hear you.
I said 60.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's it.
That's great. That was beautiful. Thanks. I like that house right there, whatever that light green. Yeah, it's right now. That's your neighbor.
Yeah.
Has she been, hey, your neighbor that rents that house, has she been isolating over there? Has she even been there? Or?
Be quiet. I didn't want you to talk about it while I was walking by her house.
You even have to shut me up even when I'm on Zoom with you. I get too loud.
No, you were walking right by her door, and I didn't want you to think you were talking about her.
So is she isolating over there, or has she been there? Or?
Yeah, she always isolates. She just sticks to herself.
But she doesn't appear to be going to her job or anything.
Well, no, nobody is. Goodness, I think she does some sort of health care. I don't know. I don't know her very well. She just sticks to herself and she works. She rents, she just started renting it. So I don't know. Anyway,
And your
I
other
gotta get
neighbor on the other side, where they live?
Thousand Oaks. They're not going to be back until fall probably.
Yeah.
They don't. It's too hot for most people. Don't come back in the summer because it gets too hot here.
What do they say about just the local businesses around in your area? Are they just all saying this is terrible? They're not gonna survive, or?
It's just like everywhere. Everything's closed. Yeah, they're always worried about surviving.
But a lot of those businesses look like they got some money. I'm sure they can hold out for a few months. I mean,
I don't know. Having been a business owner, you usually paycheck to paycheck like everybody else. You got all your bills you have to pay. You have to pay your rent, which is always sky high.
I mean, what is Panda Express? What is going on in their minds? I mean, how long before? I mean,
Panda Express, I hadn't thought about them.
just
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I miss them.
I mean, as a big company, would you say a big company like that would be hurting, or do you think they have a stockpile of money to get through this?
As they go along, it sounds like they're all just trying to innovate. Yeah. Be resourceful in any way they can. A lot of them have hired back some of their employees because they're getting more business because of taking it out. People been having it delivered. So they're trying. A lot of them are really trying to hang on to as many of their employees as they can. Some are taking less pay. I don't know. It's a mess.
Yeah, Disneyland's paying their employees. They got deep pockets, so.
Yeah, no kidding. But everything, you look at these places and you say, yeah, they have a lot of money, but it costs them a lot of money to run these places.
And also,
like the landlords, they get criticized, but they have all their bills to pay too,
And it's an unexpected surprise. So even if you're a rich person, if you're not expecting this was like the ultimate game of musical chairs. It's like you're walking around the chairs, and then when the music stops, you got to sit down where you are. It's like right now, everybody just had to isolate where you are. You might, I mean, they said that's what's the scary thing about this too, is that there might be more domestic violence or people that are in bad situations with people that don't treat them good or abuse them, or I hope it doesn't happen too much. It's just so sad to think about if you're in a situation where you were with someone you don't like that much, but you got to always get out and get away from them, and now you're suddenly in with them every day and you can't get away from,
Psychologists are saying that they expect a lot of divorces. People
oh
who
yeah,
might have been on the verge and then have to spend every day we're going on our 4th week here, so geez.
So yeah, I mean, even I mean, we didn't have much of a life anyway, but at least even ours has changed to where we've even had less. I mean, I got out, I was out driving all around LA and outside every single day. So I was getting out and around probably more than anybody on the planet. I was getting out and around.
Yeah, one of the biggest cities in America.
So it was a huge change for me. I mean, I was everywhere. And I was getting a lot of interaction, talking with people every day. And so,
I heard they stopped even the buses in LA. The bus driver got it.
Oh yeah, wasn't that depressing? What was that bus driver up in Detroit? They actually, or somewhere, they actually had a tape of him saying that he had a writer get on and cough, and he couldn't believe the nerve of that person would do that in the times we are. And then he's dead a couple of weeks later, so he was already forecasting. I mean, I told you, from doing Uber over 4 years, I had several experiences where I was taking them to urgent care or something. They were coughing in my car uncontrollably, and just spitting out just germs in the thousands into my car. It was just unbelievable. I mean, and I would sometimes get sick. I would get a nasty, so.
These people that we know from Canada, you met him that day last time you were over here. He told Bob the week before they left, he said, don't you see what's happening here, Bob? He said, we're getting out of here. He could see all this coming because his
But
wife.
why does he think he's so safe where he's going back to Canada? He's going back to a treacherous area too.
Well, his wife is in emergency management. That's her job. She goes around and teaches people how to manage in emergencies like earthquakes and this kind of
Well,
thing.
maybe it's not bad where he is.
She's really being challenged, and her daughter's a nurse.
Have you talked to them since they got back?
Yeah, they just called it this
So
week.
what did they say? Are there cases up there, or what's going on up there?
They have the same regulations that we have here. Well, you know, you can't go back and forth across the border. Nobody can go back and forth. So
It took this to actually close the borders.
I know, incredible. That's just as soon as we got our passport. We just got a passport.
I never used my passport. Remember, I told you, Tony told me to get a passport so when Kill Tony went to Canada, I'd be ready. But now he won't even talk to me. I'm sitting here with his passport. I know tonight, I have no doubt tonight, they will gather just like they did last week. They still get the band together. It's him, Red Band. The band has 3 members. They're still getting together. I have no doubt tonight they'll still all come from different locations and meet, and then they'll Skype in and Zoom in everybody else that's connected with the show. But
I don't think they could get away with that.
No, they're doing it. I saw them do it last week. There's several podcasts now that are still getting together in their studios. See, they put so much money in these studios, they cannot stand to let it go. And I thought Joey Diaz finally changed, but then I just saw his show an hour ago. He was Zooming with the guest, but he also was still in the studio with his producer, Lee Syed. I couldn't believe it. But
I see him all the time on TV. It's just 2 newscasters that they're sitting way apart, and everybody else they're interviewing from their house. All the other people.
Everybody. It's with this miracle of Zoom, I don't think anybody needs the house. I don't even care if you're Lester Holt on the NBC News, they should just be Zooming him in from his house to talk about the news. Why? It's like, I guess we'll probably get this in the future that we don't need to leave the house to do really anything anymore. I mean,
I know, that's for sure.
I mean, the food is the last obstacle. It's like,
we are
I mean, you could get I haven't tried having food delivered. I don't know what that would be like, but I'm not doing that, and I'm not crossing that bridge unless I have to, because I like to go see what I'm getting, you know, because I know if I don't know. I probably should just.
I can't imagine doing it.
I don't know if you can have it delivered from Trader Joe's. I don't know if it's Ralph's or it's all the stores, or I don't know.
Go online, I guess.
Okay, well, if you need to go, I don't want to keep holding you and stuff. I mean,
yeah, I gotta start.
I know Bubba gets grumpy if his dinner isn't prepared on time, so you know.
I do too. I did. Woke up last night at 3:30, and I haven't been back to sleep since. I'm tired.
What made you wake up so early? Just because?
I don't know. I just wake up.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've heard other people mention that we're all losing track of what day it is. We don't know what time it is. It's just we don't. Yeah. It's kind of been nice in a way to relax and not have any schedule whatsoever, because even though I didn't have to do Uber and I had a bunch of money saved, I still just felt this pressure when the morning came. I had to go, and even if I was working on, didn't have as much sleep as I wanted, I had to go out a little bit until I got tired and came home, you know. So I mean, it's just so weird for me. It's almost like I have to keep reminding myself, like, no, don't stress about this moment, because there's nothing going on after this, and after this there's nothing going on. So there's nothing going on, so just relax.
Apparently my job is just to stay home and not leave, because I'm old. That's one thing I have to do. That's my job. So anyway.
Okay, well, just I'm having fun doing this. Every time I Zoom, I just want to talk about a new painting, because it's just made me more interested in your. I mean, I always saw the detail, but it's like I'm enjoying it now, talking to you about it, and I'm more interested than I was when I was younger. For some reason.
You never really were very interested. I like looking at my paintings. I see things problem is I see things and I think I would change that.
Oh, see, and I heard Ron Howard talk about that, how that's the curse of being an artist or a creator, because it always breaks your heart in some way, because in the beginning you're making it, it's like, oh, this is gonna be good. But it's just like I feel like all the videos I've made, some of them I'm more proud of than others, but there's always something wrong.
Yeah.
Because if you're
It's
obsessive
okay.
compulsive and you're creating, you just go on, and there's always something you would fix or do better. But I'm slowly, I'm starting to give to relax and realize it doesn't have to be perfect, because sometimes flaws are the
I need
best
that
things,
human.
and
Yeah.
sometimes I don't look the best, but it becomes funny. I have a big ego. I'd love to always look cool, but sometimes I have to admit it looks funny when I look awkward, or you just
Right.
you
Right.
don't have to be perfect, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Like
think,
I said,
don't you have those moments with your paintings where you let go and
oh,
say
me.
maybe that
Yeah.
flaw makes it even more
Yeah.
valuable or
Yeah.
whatever?
Took many years to get that way, but yeah, but I go both ways. Yeah, I got one in there now that's flopping, so I have to go fix
Yeah,
that.
I'm looking forward to seeing that when it gets done.
No, I
But
don't think so. I may not get to see it ever.
well, just hang in there, and I'll hang in there. And I'm coming up this next 2 weeks in LA. Is this going to be the scariest one? And I'm sure we'll talk about it more. Let's just see what
Yeah.
happens.
Loving the time of the coronavirus.
Yeah,
Looking,
I told you the new time thing, that BC needs to change to before Corona. So if you go back 10 years to 2010, that's like 10 BC,
yeah,
as in 10 years before Corona.
that's good. Okay, all right. Bye.
Okay. See you later. Bye. Thanks a lot. Bye. See
Yeah,
you.
bye.
See ya.